So, hello everyone. My name is Aishman Nag, and on behalf of Growjunction today, I am back with another esteemed guest with us, Mr. Nikhil Prasad. Hello, sir. Good morning, and thank you for being on board with us
Hello.
for the podcast. Sir, before we move on with the podcast, can you just give a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I joined Axis Bank back in 2020 in the month of August after doing my post graduation from the Department of Financial Studies, Delhi University. And I joined Axis Bank as a compliance officer in the deputy manager grade. So basically, the compliance manager in any organization limited to banking area and NBFCs and other financial services which are regulated by RBI. So our job is pretty restricted to getting the organization complied with the regulators. So there are many regulators, not just RBI. You have NABARD, ADI, IRDAI, then you have SEBI, NSE, CDSL, NSDL. So we just have to comply with all the regulations, not just RBI. Not it is not limited to RBI. People think that okay, it is a bank, it's a banking industry, so it should be limited to RBI only, but it is not. It is regulated by RBI, but it has a very vast reach. So our job as a compliance officer, be it a deputy manager, be it a department head, everyone's job is to get the organization complied by the rules and regulations.
Right.
So that's my job.
Okay, sir. I think that's a pretty insightful introduction that you have given to the audience. So thank you so much for that, sir. Sir, moving
Yeah.
on to the next question, and that is like when you were applying for your MBA, let's say, when you were about to enter your MBA, did you you must have had certain visions or goals, right? So did it remain the same, or did it change after you went into your MBA?
No, actually, my vision was my vision was to expand my horizon. When I was going to do my MBA, my vision was to expand my horizon. So once you are done with your graduation, you have very limited horizon. So in order to expand it, you need to go for a post graduation,
Yeah.
and it does not matter that you only go for MBA. It can be any field. It though you are a BTech, you can go for MTech because it will give you an expanded horizon in the field that you want to.
Right.
So first of all, a student has to always realize the field that he likes. It does not that कि सारे लोग MBA कर रहे हैं तो हम भी MBA ही कर लेते हैं. You have to identify what excites you, what you like, and then you have to move on accordingly. Because अगर आप सबकी तरह बस MBA कर लोगे तो फिर आप सबकी तरह बस जॉब भी करोगे. You won't enjoy it.
Right. Very valid point.
So that's the main thing. Yeah.
It's a very valid point, sir. Sir, when was that particular time or moment, I would call it, when you realized that maybe, you should pursue your MBA in the finance domain?
So basically, if you went to my profile, I have been a commerce student from the starting. So I've done my graduation from Shaheed Sukhdeo College of Business Studies. So there my core was also finance, and I have done my MBA in financial management only. So from starting, I knew that I have to be in this domain only, business and finance.
Business and finance.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's
Yes.
okay, sir. Got it, sir. So, sir, moving on to the next question, how did your B school, like when you went into your B school, what impact did it have on your, overall, let's say, development, I would say?
See, basically, it's not the B school that develops you. It's basically the PS that develops you.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, B school just give you the course and the curriculum. Until and unless your peers are very competitive and they also have a wide reach, you won't be able to learn without them. Obviously, professors and teachers do put in their best effort to make a student what we are now. But yes, your peers will have to have a support with you so that you can learn more. क्योंकि जब जब आप अपने peers से compete करोगे ना, you will strive to learn harder, you will strive to learn more, and that's the best thing. Like I am A, B, C compete within each other also.
Yeah.
Not just amongst them, their college, they compete with other colleges also, just to be at the top.
Yeah.
Yes. So like IMA still competes with FMS because that is the college which gives you an MBA degree at a much lower price
Much
as
more.
compared to an IMA. Yeah, and still you are competing with that much knowledge, that much other benefits that IMA provides you.
Yeah.
So every college competes within each other.
I think that's a very valid point that you have given. I think that's a great answer. So, sir, moving on to the next question, and that is like, is there any sort of eligibility criteria or certain prerequisites to be in the job role that you are right now?
See, as far as we talk about compliance, so basically compliance is a thing that is not taught anywhere in the schools and colleges.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is something that you have to learn once you are in the industry. Anything which is other than compliance related to banking or any financial services per se, all of these are taught once in a while, either in school or in college or during your post graduation. All schools and colleges have a small thing called banking and finance.
Mm-hmm.
While it can be a small course, it can be a book, but you know about banking and finance, but you don't know about compliance. Neither do anybody has heard about compliance
Right, right,
because it is a hidden role. It's a support function to the banking industry. It's a hidden role,
right.
but you need to understand that without compliance, bank cannot work because until and unless you are compliant with the regulations, you are going to get hit by any regulator at any point of time.
I think that's a
So,
valid point.
so yeah, yeah. So basically, compliance के लिए कोई prerequisite नहीं है. The only thing is कि अगर आप compliance से start नहीं करते,
Hmm.
so it will become very hard for you to get into compliance. Okay, like आप किसी financial field में जाना चाहते हो, and once you are done with your degree in finance, you can still pursue it. You have to get into a starter level, but a fresher can go into it, right? Like एक FMS का, मेरे DEFS का, IMA का, if they want to start with a finance job and they are a fresher, they will get a finance job based on their degree and their college, but you don't get a compliance job. You have to start at the bottom, at the very bottom, right? Because they just don't want the freshers to come and just start, though it's not that quantitative job, it's a qualitative job, but the point is that's a decision making job at any point of time. It's always a decision making job. You have to decide which department, what to do, what is actionable, how to get it implemented. That's all the thing that you have to, from starting your day to ending your day on any given particular day, you are just taking decisions. So if you want to have a life that you are only taking decisions and have a stress over your head 24/7, you can have this job. It's amazing.
Got it, sir. Got it. So basically, sir, in order to get into, let's say, specifically the compliance part of the job, I like as you said, one needs to start from the the bottom. I mean, so once you are having certain number of experience, certain years of experience, only then you can get into this job role. Is that right, sir?
Yeah, it is right because see, compliance is something which is not taught anywhere. Okay, so in order to uh, comprehensively study what a particular circular or guideline says, you have to have that horizon कि भाई इसका business पे कैसे impact पड़ेगा.
Right.
It is not just that एक circular आया and आपने बैंक को बोल दिया apply कर दो भाई इसको, and आपने आगे पीछे का नहीं देखा कि what impact it is having on the business, because you have to keep in mind कि आपका business भी उतना ही easy से चलना चाहिए. You don't have to get it difficult for the people that are in the branches working hard.
Right. Right.
So that is the main thing that you have to keep in mind. So to get that horizon, आपको थोड़ा सा आगे उसको सोच के चलना था. That is why you need experienced people. That is why you need MBA for such a qualitative job.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I think that definitely gives us a lot of clarity upon this job, and as the question was the prerequisites and everything. So thank you so much for that, sir. So, moving on to the next question, as we know that summer internship process is something which is it's a part of the curriculum of the MBA life in of the 2-year course. It's a part of the curriculum. So, though for the majority of the students, they get into a summer internship of their own desired domain or job role, there are a certain number of people who, for some reason, they couldn't, get into their desired roles. Maybe a marketing guy got into, let's say, an HR domain, or let's say some other domain, like his or her domain got mixed up, and because there is a pressure on the head that समर इंटर्नशिप में जल्दी से जल्दी प्लेस्ड होना है वरना कब हो जाएंगे, फ्रस्ट्रेशन भी आ जाता है. So people just take it for the sake of taking it. So, sir, like, for example, if a person who is actually a marketing guy, but let's say he got into some other domain, maybe operations or HR or even finance, when he will be sitting for the final placements for a marketing job, will that have an impact? And if yes, then like, how can he or she overcome it?
See, the point over here being, if you are interested in a particular domain, you have to strive hard to learn about that domain only. It do have an impact on your final interviews when you sit for your placement, because they ask you what you have done in your internship. That is the one question that every time comes up in every placement. No matter you sit for one company, you sit for 10 companies. So basically, if you are able to justify your answer, even if you have done HR and you are able to justify your answer that yes, I have done HR in my intern, but it is somehow I have related to marketing. Like every job is interrelated. I am being in compliance, a qualitative job. I do some aspect of finance also, some aspect of marketing also, some aspect of brand management also. Okay, and some aspect of HR also. So the point being, unless I am not able to justify that point, I cannot help myself. If I am able to justify that point, ki ha, okay, I have done HR, but I actually put in my views from HR perspective into a certain brand management, into like HR, what HRs do. HRs quantify the requirement before going into a certain B school. कि हमें इस बी स्कूल से इतने स्टूडेंट्स उठाने, इस बी स्कूल से इतने स्टूडेंट्स उठाने. Okay, then they do their brand management campaign. Okay, so what is campaign? Campaign is always run by marketing people, but here HRs also do it. So you have to somehow say कि हाँ मैंने HR किया, but मैंने ये चीज marketing का point सीखा. And if you are able to justify yourself, if you are able to convince the person in front of you, it is as good as you have done any internship.
Right.
The main point is that you have learned something from the internship, because if you have learned nothing, if you have no experience, then it might be a trouble causing thing. But until and unless you have learned something, you are able to justify it with your own domain, with the domain that you are interested in, with the domain that you are studying for. I don't think there is a problem.
Got it, sir. I think that is also something that the viewers can, after hearing this answer, I think a lot of clarity is something that they will get. Thank you so much for that answer. So moving on to the next question, and that is, though this particular thing, which is work-life balance, this is something that all the people, all the working people of the corporate life or anywhere, I would say, people have been trying to achieve this. But in the recent couple of years, or maybe I would say, maybe after the pandemic, after the lockdown and everything, suddenly it's a personal observation that there is a lot of emphasis on a proper work culture and a proper work-life balance. So, sir, like, what are your views on this? Like, let's say, how important is this, and how can one achieve it?
See, work-life balance is very important to maintain in your life, because anybody, if that's a fresher or a 25-year experienced person, anybody gets frustrated if they are working only and not having their own life. Because you have to give time to your family, you have to give time to your friends, you have to give time to your own self for your leisure activity, for your learning purposes. Because if you are working in a it's a very old school thought that you differentiate between a private job and a government job nowadays. Both jobs are demanding in their own ways, and you have to keep on evolving accordingly. If you want to reach the pinnacle of that, you have to keep on learning and grow according to how the industry is growing.
Right.
See, so you have to have a time for yourself. For that, you need a work-life balance. अगर आप 24 घंटे काम ही करते रह जाओगे, काम करके खा के सो जाओगे, you won't be able to learn anything. You won't be able to take any new courses. You won't be able to enhance your skills.
Right.
So first of all, you have to. The key thing is time management. You have to deploy your time to things in a proper manner. Starting, make a schedule of it. है ना? I'll wake up at 7 and I have 2 hours to myself, wherein I take a bath. I have my breakfast. I'll jot down the points that I have to do during the day in my work schedule. Then you go to your office. You come back from your office 7:30, 8. Then you have to put in टाइम कि 1 घंटा मेरा खाने में गया, 1 घंटा मैंने रेस्ट दिया, 1 घंटा मैंने टीवी देखा, 1 घंटा मैंने फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स को दिया, 11-12 ऐसे ही बच जाएंगे रात के, है ना. 1 hour or 1.5 hour you keep to yourself कि I have to learn something new, or even better I have to watch TV, doesn't matter, क्योंकि आपका माइंड क्लियर होना चाहिए, ठीक है. Until unless if you are just, even if you are only learning ना, then also आपका माइंड क्लटर हो जाएगा, because you are not having a free time. So it is not that कि आपको हर दिन पढ़ना ही है या हर दिन मेरे को कुछ कोर्स ही उठा के कर लेना है. You should watch TV also. You should do some active sports. मतलब whatever that excites you, you should do it on a regular basis. तो कि ऊपर माइंड काम, नहीं तो वो चीज ऑफिस में निकलेगी, फैमिली पे निकलेगी. It will have a negative impact on yourself only. Okay. So work-life balance is the most important thing that you need to have, and the key to it is time management. So you have to manage your time very effectively. Everybody has 24 hours, and try to cut short your sleep. Some people have a paranoia that I have to sleep 8 hours or I'll get dark circles, I'll become fat, I'll have this disease, that disease. Doesn't happen. Arnold Schwarzenegger को नहीं हुआ, आपको भी नहीं होगा, ठीक है. He also used to sleep only for 6 hours, go to his construction job, go to gym, work out, and still he was the best bodybuilder that we have till today. Okay. Right. उसको नहीं हुआ, आपको भी नहीं होगा. Manage your time. That's it. Manage your time. You will have a good work-life balance. See, sometimes stress comes up. सबकी job में आता है. There are certain time, like it may be a week or a 2, कि आपको बहुत rigorously you have to work because there is certain requirements. So you have to meet to that. But it will go away. ठीक है. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आपका पूरा लाइफ ही पूरा एक फाइनेंशियल ईयर ही ऐसा गया जिसमें आपने 24 घंटा या 16 घंटा 18 घंटा काम किया. Doesn't happen to anybody. Even doesn't happen to MD and CEO of a company. Okay, they also have a leisure time. तो आपको अपने टाइम बनाना पड़ेगा. Everybody has 24 hours. आप किसी भी 2 बंदे को कंपेयर कर लो. Utilization में there is always a difference. So one person in that 24 hours is very happy doing his job, earning good handsome amount of money, and the same person doing the same job, earning the same amount, can be very stressed, can be very frustrated. So the basic difference is the time management. That's the only thing. If you will manage your time, you will have a better work-life balance.
That's a great piece of advice, sir. And I think in a very nice manner, sir, आपने जो work-life balance का जो basic फंडा है ना, you have explained it in so well, and so I would say, though it was in layman terms so that everybody can understand, but it was very crystal clear. So thank you so much for that answer. It was a lovely answer. So moving on to the next question, that is, this is usually this question is meant for let's say the freshers, okay, who are about to sit for their campus placements. So what are the primary qualities, irrespective of what is there on his or her CV? What are the primary qualities that you would say that the candidate should have when they are about to enter the for the placement rather? So what are the things that you?
First of all is dress to impress. Okay, so dress to impress is what? When you knock on the door and when you say, ma'am or sir, may I come in? The first thing that person notices your appearance. Okay, score number 1. If your appearance is good, or you are appearing very smart, very good, well dressed, top collar buttoned, you are having a tie, you are not looking sloppy, shirt properly tucked in, it will give that person a good impression. Okay, this is a property structured person, he's maintaining his self, है ना, he's very composite in his approach. Okay, so dress to impress always, first thing. Second thing is you will have to justify each and everything written on your CV. क्योंकि what I have observed these days is students just write on their CV whatever fancies them. Like most of the people says derivative is a very fancy term nowadays, the one thing that is picking very fast, but people don't know what is derivative actually is. When you dive into that pool you don't know the depth of it. And anybody, like I take myself also an example. I am a very enthusiastic person for derivative per se, but when I dived into it I was not able to judge the depth of it. It was so deep. So basically a person needs to justify what he is writing on his CV, and it is not the marks that will pull him down, it is his CV that will pull him down. If he has written, okay, I have achieved 75% marks in my MBA, which is a very good score, okay, by the way, but if he is not able to justify the 75% that he has achieved, उसने रट्टा मार के 75% तो ले आया, but he does not have the knowledge for that, you are gone, you are straight away gone, because the person sitting in front of you has a lot of experience. He can judge by looking at the person, that the way the person is presenting himself, the way the person is answering to a certain question. He can very much make a difference whether he has just ratified the concepts or he is very much able to apply it. क्योंकि वहां पर कुछ भी मतलब करिकुलम नहीं पूछा जाता वहां पर. They just want to see कि how will you react given in a certain situation. That is all about it. So you have to justify yourself, you have to justify your marks. Most important thing, marks कभी भी फाइनल इंटरव्यू में मैटर नहीं करते until unless कंपनी ने बैरियर लगा रखा हो कि भाई 70% से नीचे वाले को तो बैठने ही नहीं देंगे. That is a different sort of thing. Okay, that is their perception, what they want out of you. Like, but when a company comes कि भाई सारे आ जाओ, just you have to be passed, okay, and when you go into an interview you will have to justify your knowledge, what you have written on your CV. आपने अगर लिखा है okay, I am pursuing CFA level 1, you are expected that you know about CFA level 1 examination, the knowledge, the curriculum that they have, and they are going to ask you question on that, but you have to justify it. ऐसा नहीं कि हाँ मैंने लिख दिया okay, it looks very fancy that I have written CFA level 1. It will be going to go against you only if you are not able to justify it. Because if I have written कि मैं ये कोर्स कर रहा हूँ and I don't have knowledge of it, तो इसका मतलब मैं वो कोर्स को seriously नहीं ले रहा हूँ. That means a person giving me that job, he will realize it, he is not going to take it seriously, then why will offer you that job? Very well. Okay, so basically you have to be, CV is the best thing that you can do. Play with your CV, है ना? Try to find the points that you can really justify and really keep on going on. Speaking. कि आपको सामने वाले को बोलना पड़े हो गया यार, ठीक है, I'm happy and I'm very much impressed by you, बस. So that is the main thing.
I think, sir, that is like a very different perception because be it वो रट्टा मार के पास करना या फिर सच में being a being a person who just focuses on the theoretical aspects of everything. Like people, a lot of times they focus on the marks itself. But I think this particular point of yours, I think this will change the mindset of a lot of people. It's a great clarity that the people will get today. So thank you so much. So sir, like moving on to maybe the last question of our segment today, and that is, sir, till this particular stage of your life, do you feel that there were like certain failures or certain, I would say, setbacks that actually helped you like work better, do better, or like maybe push yourself?
Absolutely. So basically there is, failure always teaches you a little thing or a big thing, but it always teaches you something. Okay, so in that way when you fail in something, be it anything, be in a paper, be in a during a MBA examination or some other examination, be in CAT or something else. It does not matter where you fail. The only point is that you learn something from it.
Right.
Like if you score less in a CAT examination, okay, so you just have to see कि भाई मेरा score कहाँ गिरा, है ना? And always a person knows कि where am I lagging.
Right.
Okay, a person always knows that when he goes into a certain examination ना, and वहाँ पर एक particular set में कोई question किसी particular topic पे if it becomes difficult to answer, he will know that yes, I have not studied it that precisely and I need to work on it next time, है ना? So every failure teaches you something और आपको अपने अंदर की कमी खुद पता होती है. The moment you walk into a interview and you come out, you know भाई मेरा selection होगा कि नहीं होगा. You have that answer. 95% you have that answer. Okay. Same with any examination also. You have that answer. Whether I am going to pass in it or not. Right. So failure मेरे life में ये रहा when I was preparing for my MBA. I was very much had a vision that I have to go into finance only.
Okay.
So I was not able to get into a good finance college for a couple of years. So in my second attempt, I got into DFS, and in my first attempt, I got good colleges. I got Delhi School of Economics and Department of Business Economics. But these were the colleges that was in other domain. One was in IB, one was in Business Economics, then HR. And I had a straightforward vision कि भाई finance तो मतलब finance, because once you go into other domain ना, it will become very difficult for you to set apart a time and prepare for it. And it is not always the case कि आपको second time फिर वापस success मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. Like okay, it happens with most of the people कि भाई हाँ ठीक है, वो उसने एक MBA course में admission ले लिया है and he's preparing again for the CAT. And they are able to do well, but ये सबके साथ नहीं होता. And I'm talking about the only that portion of people जिसके साथ ये नहीं होता, because they need a different perspective. जिसके जो कर लेता है वो कर लेता है, जो नहीं करता what they need to do, they need to focus on themselves. Okay, you need to understand कि भाई जो मेरा passion है ना, I have to follow that only. अगर आप अपना passion follow नहीं करोगे तो आप फिर फंसोगे, है ना? And then that MBA which you have desired for कि हाँ मेरे को MBA करना है, मेरे को MTech करना है, या मेरे को कोई भी मास्टर्स कोर्स करना है, MCOM करना है, PhD करना है, अगर आप अपनी डोमेन से भटके जबरदस्ती के उसमें कि हाँ पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन तो करनी है या मेरे को मास्टर्स तो करनी है कहीं पर, तो मैं कोई भी डोमेन उठा के कर लेता हूँ, दैट विल नॉट वर्क फॉर यू. वो फिर आपके लिए डिग्री हो जाएगा, यू विल नॉट लाइक दैट वर्क. ओके, एक आपको उस टाइम पढ़ाई तक बहुत मजा आएगा कि हाँ आई एम डूइंग अ पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन, पढ़ ही तो रहा हूँ अभी, है ना? बट जब आप उस पढ़ाई को अप्लाई करने निकलोगे ना, देन यू विल रियलाइज कि नो, दिस इज नॉट सम काइंड ऑफ व्हाट दैट एक्साइट्स मी. देन यू स्टार्ट लुकिंग फॉर अदर थिंग्स कि हाँ कोई क्रैश कोर्स उठा के कर लेता हूँ, देन कुछ और छोटा सा उठा के कर लेता हूँ, just so that you can change your domain.
Right.
And that is not a good thing to do. Okay, you will always need to realize कि आपका जो क्रैश कोर्स होगा वो भी आपको तभी हेल्प करेगा when your previous experience, when your previous education is justifying it. Right. Okay, see, it is very simple. Most of the BTechs come into MBA, right? वो अपना पूरा लाइन चेंज करते हैं फ्रॉम टेक टू कॉमर्स, है ना? बट आफ्टर ना उनको ये नहीं कहा जाता कि दे आर बीटेक, उनको कहा जाता है इधर एमबीए. उनका पूरा वो जो बीटेक वाला चीज होता है वो वैनिश आउट हो जाता है. एंड दैट इज अ ट्रू थिंग बिकॉज़ यू आर हैविंग अ हायर डिग्री इन समथिंग एल्स.
एब्सोल्युटली,
है ना? या सो वो क्लैरिटी आपके पास होनी चाहिए. इवन तो आप बीटेक के बाद एमबीए करो, कॉमर्स के बाद एमबीए करो, है ना, इट डज नॉट मैटर आप किस कोर्स के बाद अपना मास्टर्स डिग्री करने जा रहे हो, बट यू हैव टू बी वेरी particular and precise about your master's degree. Until unless you are not clear in your mind, don't do it. Seriously, don't go for MBA, don't go for MTech, don't go for any master's degree. 10 लोगों से बात करो, अपने relatives, friends, career counselor से बात करो, किसी experienced industry professional से बात करो, they will be able to give you the best insights. Then choose your domain carefully. है ना? भेड़ चाल नहीं है, आपकी खुद की जिंदगी है.
डेफिनेटली सर. आई थिंक जैसा आपने भी बताया, मतलब काफी टाइम पे फॉर द सेक ऑफ पीयर प्रेशर एक नाम का चीज होता है उसके चक्कर में like a lot of people, जैसे अभी आपने बताया that BTech, a lot of people who had a BTech background, they shift into MBA. So this is a track record that has been going on since I think when I was also a little kid. So I think this has been going on since then. And in the past couple of years, I think MBA में तो अलग एक spike ही आ गया, because nowadays there are so many B schools that like कहीं ना कहीं तो admission हो ही जाता है and लोग ले भी लेते हैं. So that is something that I think a very valid point that you have stated, that I think ultimately what we can summarize is that having a proper clarity in the mindset about what you want to do. It's not just imitating the other person in your in your peer group, that what they're doing.
Yes.
So I think thank you so much for that answer. And so with this question, we are almost at the end. With just one last question, and that is, sir, what are your views on what Growjunction is doing for the young aspirants of B school, of MBA, or in general in career, I would say. How Growjunction is helping?
See, Growth Junction as a edtech, I think it's a edtech platform. So basically, you are bringing young mindsets and connecting it with industry professionals. So basically, it is a very good thing, and I think that if a student would strive to listen to what industry professionals are saying, they will be able to have a better clarity that what industry wants from them.
Right.
And when they will have this clarity na, they will be able to channelize their thought, their mind कि भाई मेरे को करना क्या है लाइफ में, है ना. If मेरे को फाइनेंस में करना है ना, तो इंडस्ट्री इज एक्सपेक्टिंग व्हाट फ्रॉम मी, मेरे को क्या, मेरे से मांग क्या रही है एग्जैक्टली, है ना. एंड जब आपके पास ये थॉट प्रोसेस होगा ना, देन यू विल सी दैट पाथ, और आपके सामने खुद डिजाइन हो जाएगा वो चीज, दैट दिस इज वेयर आई स्टैंड एंड दैट इज माय डेस्टिनेशन, एंड दिस इज द पाथ दैट आई हैव टू गो थ्रू. These are the degrees, these are the certifications, and this is the knowledge that I have to gain to be in a particular industry or in a particular company that I want to be in, because every company has their own desire. Okay, and industry professionals are the only people who can provide you inside of that company or a particular industry, that this is the thing that you are being asked for, prepare for it, come to us, we'll provide you help.
I think that's a pretty well said answer, sir. I think definitely. I would like to thank you on behalf of Grow Junction for for such lovely and kind words, and it really kind of motivates us that we are on the right path on what we are doing, of like helping the students in upskilling themselves. So thank you so much for that, sir. And with that, we are at the end of our podcast. So thank you so much again, sir, for agreeing to come on board with us for this lovely podcast. And I think your answers have given a lot of clarity to to me personally right now, and it will definitely give to the audience once this thing is on YouTube. So it will be a great deal, sir, for them while they are watching it. So thank you so much for that, sir. And guys, with that, it's a wrap. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.